Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus here with Onebar, and it's time to put our hands deep down in that ball bag and pull out some mail, some questions, answer three of you guys' questions, burning questions about our beloved 2021 Minnesota Vikings.
Mail time.
Yeah, before we answer any questions, be sure, if you have not yet done it, subscribe to our Patreon channel. $2 a month. You get a mystery vid. You get your name entered for a drawing for some Onebar and Lupagus swag, and also a shout out. And who doesn't love a good old-fashioned shout out?
Yeah, Sean Harris taking home that hoodie for the month. Can't wait to see who wins next one. You know what? It's going to be holiday seasons coming up. We might do more for those damn patrons. But yes, hit up that link below. But let's just get into this.
I thought you were going to say we had an ugly Christmas sweater from Onebar and Lupagus to give out.
Not a horrible idea.
Best idea I ever had.
All right, we got Daniel Hampshire, Kwong, Viking Jerome, Ellis Gregor. We got a handful of people. I believe we got about 6 or 7 questions.
Let's do it. Let's hop right into it.
Let's do it. Let's see where I want to start. I'll start off with the softball. Biggest disappointment this year. So I guess it could be player. It could be just disappointment in general.
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. Early in the season, I would have gone back and said the run defense was my biggest disappointment. But really the last couple of games that has gotten better. They get worn down against Baltimore. So I'm going to go with Mike Zimmer just as an overall, as the head coach. Pretty loaded talent, roster, really top to bottom. A lot of good players on both sides of the ball, not getting the most out of that talent. And you just see that the constant, it's consistent, bad game management decisions, calling 2 timeouts in a row. Maybe not usurping Clint Kubiak's play calling, or at least
getting. What does that even mean?
Taking over, usurp, taking over, or putting some pressure on him to push the ball down the field, not really asserting his authority on different areas of this team. And I think he's the biggest reason why the Vikings are 3-5. And to me, he's got to be the biggest disappointment.
My biggest disappointment is the fact that I didn't block out this little piece of sun here. It's really bothering me. I'm pretty close to you, but I'm gonna go more just the offensive play calling. We get a new offensive coordinator. Yes, he is a young Kubiak, which we've seen plenty of Gary Kubiak, but I was hoping for just some really, maybe just a completely different offense, different look to it. And it seems like the same old damn thing. So offensive play calling, easy peasy. I wanted to say Bashad Breeland, but that's too easy. So we've harped on him enough.
It is.
All right, next up, if you were the owner, what changes would you do to fix this team?
Well, you can start. I started on the last one.
Who
sent that question in?
I don't even have it on here. I think this was Kwong.
Okay.
I believe it was. I could be wrong. If I'm the owner, what am I doing to fix this team? What I would do right now is probably not going to be very popular, but I would do absolutely nothing. I would let this season just play out as it's going to be. And as soon as the season is over, I am tearing this thing down. I think anybody's fair game. I am taking everybody out, whether it's players, coaches, and starting over, full on rebuild. Obviously, we have some key pieces that are probably untouchable, but there's no reason to blow it up in my mind right now. Let the season play out. Let the young guys know, the Justin Jeffersons, the Dalvin Cook, let them know that change is coming, but wait it out.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do right now to fix this thing. The Vikings, they're competitive. They're hanging in there until the end of these games. Can't close them out. Can't finish them. Nothing's going to change. The trade deadline's come and gone. Only thing you can do is put young guys in or put in some backups, see if they're hungrier and play better. Other than that, there's nothing you can really do. Fire Zimmer is not going to get you any more wins right now. So I'm on the same boat with you. You got to wait till after the season. I don't think you got to do a total rebuild.
Rebuild it.
There's plenty of things you could play a fat, you could trim off and go with some youth movement at some positions, but you don't have to tear this thing to the ground and completely start over. There's still plenty of talent on this roster.
I want to blow it up. I want to blow it up. It's time. Viking Jerome writes in, are the Minnesota Vikings cursed? Are we on some kind of Indian sacred burial grounds? What the F, dudes? What the F?
He might be onto something here. You really wonder about it. You look at all the kicking woes this team has had, the crazy things that have happened this season. You win the turnover differential against the Ravens. You have a kick return touchdown. You are still losing the ball game. And that's not the first time the Vikings have won the turnover battle and still lose. It's bizarre, these trends that they're starting, these new, I guess they're low benchmarks that this team is setting. And you wonder, it's fair to say that if they're cursed, I think he definitely has, he's definitely not wrong to say that or to think that.
Yes, we are cursed. This is easy.
Jeremy.
Daniel Hampshire writes in a fairly lengthy question. I'll just get to the meat and potatoes of it. What do we feel are the main issues? Is it Kirk Cousins, or is it the play calling? Is it the coaches? What is the root issue of this fact? And he goes on, just watching Vikings his whole life, gives the spiel of what we're all feeling right now. But what is the root cause? Where is the blame?
You want to start? It's your turn.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Perfect Storm, which I've seen probably more than anybody alive, where that damn fishing boat goes out and it doesn't come back. And
spoiler,
I think this is the perfect storm. I think it's everybody's fault. I think it's just, Kirk Cousins, even in Washington, had issues showing up when it mattered. Mike Zimmer, Kubiak, play calling. I think it's the perfect storm. I think they all collided, and we unfortunately get to see the mess that we get to see every Sunday. I'm not putting this on one particular player, coach, anything.
Yeah, I think it all stems from a lack of leadership at the top. But you look at the Kirk Cousins thing, what is he, like a 8-9 year veteran in the league? Why are you not changing the plays? Why are you not pulling a Brett Favre and calling your own damn thing? If you know the play sucks, you make a ton of money. You have the biggest balls out here. Change the damn play.
I don't know if he's got the biggest balls out there. There's some big guys out there.
I'm just saying, do something ballsy like that. What are they going to do? If it works, they're not going to come back and spank you. Don't be such a Boy Scout. Be a little bit of a rebel here. And Clint Kubiak needs to call better plays. And I think this offensive shit show that we've seen the last couple of weeks, that's the reason they're losing these games. I mean, the defense really has stepped up and played well enough to win some games. Just a matter of this offense not being able to move the ball late in games or having a complete meltdown after their first drive. So again, a lot of blame goes on Cousins, a lot of blame goes on Kubiak, and a lot of blame goes on Mike Zimmer. So yeah, I mean, pretty much the same boat you were in.
Cousins, that's it. That's who he is. He's not going to pull out his balls. He's going to play it safe, and that's what he's going to do. And whether he plays 3 more years or 10 more years, he's going to keep doing the same damn thing.
Well, he should call timeout when he knows we need to call timeout and not.
I say Coach T.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting sunburnt right now.
Sheldon Richardson did it.
All right, we got yeah, he did. He ain't scared. We got 2 more. Who starts at center for the Vikings this week?
Didn't they already say Mason Cole's going to start? So I think it's going to be Mason Cole.
I don't know. Did they?
I saw that somewhere this morning when I was perusing Twitter. I don't know if it was an official thing, but it looks like Mason Cole could be in line. I'm not even sure if Bradbury's out of COVID protocol yet, or if
he will be.
So I think Mason Cole definitely earned it. He played pretty damn good against Baltimore, and I'd like to see him get another start and see what he can do.
I think the source you saw on Twitter was had about 1 follower, maybe following 8 people. Because maybe it's out there. I haven't seen anything like that, but I actually say Bradbury. We know how stubborn this coaching staff is. The fact that if they put out Mason Cole this week with a healthy Bradbury, they are pretty much admitting how much of a bust he is, and they just do not do that. I think Bradbury is going down with the ship this year. I'd love to see Mason Cole. I would just be shocked if they actually.
But I think that's what it comes down to: a healthy Bradbury. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be ready to go? And maybe he won't be. And I don't think they're going to flat out just put Cole in for him. It would have to be because he's hurt or healthy, not healthy.
All right. Final. And this is probably going to be a topic that gets hotter and hotter as the weeks. What was that fancy word you said?
Usurp.
As the weeks usurp ahead of us.
That's not how you use it.
Oh, my bad. Who is on your short list to coach the Vikings next year?
That's a great question. I'm pretty sure this will be a very heavy topic for videos late in the season, after the season. But right now, actually, my number one guy is the offensive coordinator over in Dallas, Kellen Moore. I want one of these young guys, bright offensive minds. He was a former quarterback, offensive guy. We've had the defensive guy now in place. I want this offensive mind. I don't think they still have the number 1 offense in the league after that debacle in Dallas against the Broncos. But Kellen Moore, that's who I want. And I want him pretty bad. Yeah,
Kellen Moore is going to be definitely the hot, sexy young name out there this offseason. I mean, there's a lot of the same ones from last year. I mean, a lot of the guys from last year didn't really get that head coaching job. A lot of Vikings fans will always hope and dream of Eric Bieniemy being there, whether he deserves it or not. Brian Dable for the Bills, which unfortunately their team has not looked overly fantastic this year. But Kellen Moore's a big one. Byron Leftwich is another one.
You'd be nice
for the Bucks. And one guy that is piquing my interest a little bit is former Eagles coach Doug Peterson. I'm starting to warm up to that one a little bit. I like the idea of going offense, but I also like the idea of somebody that's been a head coach and been successcul. And he's been very successful.
1 year of magic.
He got playoffs 3 out of his 4 years there.
Doesn't really. And the other guy I think is, and I don't think it's gonna happen now because Pittsburgh's starting to play better. But if Mike Tomlin got let go by Pittsburgh, he'd be someone I'd be all over in a heartbeat. I know he's going back to the defensive side of the ball, but that guy he gets it. He's a great proven head coach, and if he was available, I'd be all over his ass.
I think he could go 0 for the next 100 and still not good. I think the Steelers have had like 2 career coaches.
I know.
3. But a lot of the good news is there's a lot of good offensive-minded coaches that will be out there sniffing for jobs. And if we, as much as I love Todd Bowles and who's the other one? Todd Bowles. Who's the other defensive coordinator out there?
Todd Balls.
There it is. As much as I would love some of these guys, got to go offense. Got to change it up.
I got to be honest. If we end up with Byron Leftwich and he's our head coach, and I remember watching him be drafted, I'm going to feel old as shit.
Raheem Morris, I think that's who I'm thinking of, by the way. And speaking of, there's some coordinators out there talking about feeling old as shit. D'Amico Ryans is a hot name out there, and Jared Mayo is I think he's a linebacker coach, and he isn't a name that's getting run for head coaching jobs next year.
God, we are old as shit.
We are, and I'm getting sunburned, so let's wrap this thing up. That's our mailbag. It's empty.
Mailbag is empty. It has been left on the floor just like that seed in that cowboy movie you like to watch. I don't know what the hell it is. But know this. Without your pinky finger, you lose 50% of your hand strength.